Howdy. 2025 is going to be your year. You're going to get your first bike. You're going to learn so many riding skills, and you're going to make so many friends along the way. It's going to be a great time, and I'm so happy for you. But stop right there. Wait just a darn minute. Have you gotten your riding gear yet? I don't think so. If you did, you probably wouldn't be watching this video today, would ya? There's plenty of mistakes you can make when buying motorcycle gear, so lend Papa Yam your ear and let me walk you through it. First and foremost, do not buy the absolute cheapest riding gear you can buy. Especially when it comes to helmets. I mean, it is your head, guys. Your head, the thing that holds your brain, the only thing that's keeping you sentient on this planet. It is truly alarming the amount of motorcycle helmets that are sold these days that will do the very minimum to keep you safe on your motorcycle. Have you seen those Predator helmets, or the motorcycle helmets that are shaped like baseball caps, or those little World War II brain buckets? Each of those helmets have DOT safety ratings, which is insane. Don't fall for the DOT. There's plenty of helmets that cost less than $200 that have both DOT and ECE certification. The ECE rating is the helmet safety rating set by the Economic Commission of Europe. Say what you will, but Europeans might be a little bit more advanced when it comes to their safety standards. They've certainly restricted many crazy poisons that we keep eating here in the United States. Makes you wonder why. The ECE rating requires much stricter testing, broader evaluation criteria, and consistent enforcement practices. Whereas to earn a DOT rating for your helmet, you just have to strap a watermelon to it and drop it 3 feet from the ground. If the watermelon stays intact, it passes. It's true. Look it up. Seriously. When it comes to helmets, don't wait until the last minute, the day before your MSF course, and go buy whatever helmet you can find on the shelf at Cycle Gear. Take your time, do some research, shop around, and make sure you've got the optimal place between value and safety for a new rider. Similarly, don't overspend on your first set of riding gear. You know we practice financial prudence here on Yami Noob, and we tell you guys to live below your means and enjoy motorcycling responsibly. Even though all your favorite motor vloggers are rocking an AGV Pista in the carbon livery, you probably shouldn't be spending over $1,000 on your first helmet. Again, you want to find the sweet spot between value and safety as a new rider. You know, you may give up riding just after one season. We hate to say it, but it certainly does happen. A person decides they want to get into motorcycling, they get a spicy loan on a Ninja 500, buy the flashiest hype beast riding gear available, and then after a close call with the Dodge Ram, they decide to give up riding and instead buy a Clap 350Z drift car. Now they're stuck with this expensive motorcycle helmet because no one with any sense is going to buy a used helmet off of you. But you don't need to spend $1,000 for a nice helmet. There are often many deals to be had on motorcycle helmets that can offer you a high-spec unit for a more affordable price. Helmet models are routinely updating, whether that's new colors, features, or further safety standards. So if a given helmet just updated to ECE 22.06, you can buy the 22.05 model on closeout with some pretty significant savings. Similarly, just some good financial advice. Don't buy expensive gear with a credit card and pay the minimum monthly payment for a year and lump your gear purchase in with your motorcycle loan and pay interest on that either. Save up some money, know what you can afford, and be realistic in what type of gear you need as a beginner rider. If you just got a Honda CRF 300 Rally as your first bike, you don't need a $1,000 Climb adventure jacket. Motorcycling is not immune to the culture of consumerism. The sport bike influencers have the AGV Pista helmet, the ADV dad vloggers have expensive climb gear. No matter how many discount codes or affiliate links they think they're going to throw your way, there's probably a helmet or jacket that's going to work just as well for a new rider that's sold for a fraction of the cost of these premium brands. More expensive doesn't always directly translate to safer. Motorcycle gear is important, but as you continue riding, there'll always be the opportunity to upgrade your gear to something that's higher spec or has more premium features if you so desire. Now, speaking of premium features, the Triumph Street Triple 765 RS is chock full of them, and this beautiful yellow one that we've got on YamiNoob.co is available up for grabs. I've given away over 50 motorcycles in my time doing this on Yami Noob, valued at over $500,000. I know what I'm doing, and I love doing it too. Head over to the website, become a member today. You can start stacking up your entries. Entries never expire. That means all the new giveaway bikes we do later this year, if you hold on to your entries, you can apply them as see fit. You'll also get benefits like joining the Discord server, benefits on Twisted Road rentals in terms of reduction in the rental rates, and you'll also get reductions in our merch as well. Go over to the website, sign up to win the Street Triple 765 RS, and don't delay. It's also important to know that beyond just size, motorcycle helmet shape is crucial when choosing a helmet. Many new riders have learned this lesson the hard way. They try on their buddy's helmet and they're like, okay, this is a medium and it fits well, I wear a medium. And so they order a medium-sized helmet online, throw it on, and they feel their head being squeezed in all sorts of uncomfortable ways. That's because the head shape for the helmet can vary across different brands and models. So even if you order the correct size based on other helmets you've tried on your head measurements, it will not fit properly if it's not the right shape for your head. This can mean it's uncomfortable to wear. It can also impede its functionality, diminishing its ability to safely protect your melon in the case of a crash. The common helmet head shapes are round oval, intermediate oval, and long oval. Round oval helmets fit a head that is nearly as wide as it is from side to side, as long as it is from front to back. Top of the head appears more circular in shape. Of the three, intermediate oval is the most common. They fit a head shape that's slightly longer front to back than side to side, but the difference is minimal. A long oval fits a head shape that's significantly longer front to back than it is wide side to side. The head looks more elongated or oblong. Everybody's head shape is different, and there's nothing wrong with that. So have a friend take a photo of the top of your head to get a slight idea of your head shape, and when possible, try on different helmets to not only find the proper size, but that proper shape that suits you as well. It's important for beginner riders to understand how motorcycle gear is supposed to fit. A proper motorcycle jacket might feel a little foreign when it's first put on, especially if you're just standing in front of a mirror. Motorcycle gear is meant to be relatively snug, not so snug that it's restrictive, but snug enough that it stays in place during a crash and isn't flopping around in the wind. Jackets with armor will be rigid, which may feel a bit strange at first, but they're also cut in a way to where the protective armor stays in place when you're riding a motorcycle. It's meant for riding, not for wearing around, you know? The sleeves of a motorcycle jacket have a slight curve in them, again, so that you lay in the proper position when your hands are on the handlebar in front of you. Sporty jackets are typically cut more aggressively to mirror the aggressive riding posture of a sport bike compared to an adventure jacket or a more casual riding jacket. Riding jeans will also feel a bit strange if you're not used to them. They're usually a little bit more snug than regular jeans, especially when outfitted with protective armor in the knees and hips, and they are a bit heavier than regular fashion denim as well. Motorcycle gear is also going to be made of abrasion-resistant material, so they're a little bit more rigid. Bearing all that in mind, make sure you know how motorcycle gear is supposed to fit and buy the right size accordingly. Don't size up thinking that your jacket's too short or too snug, because it's more than likely supposed to fit that way. Cruiser riders need gear too. A big mistake you can make as a beginner cruiser rider is thinking that because your bike is slower or heavier, you don't need every piece of gear that a sport bike rider may wear. Just because all those Harley pirates you know are satisfied with half helmets and assless chaps doesn't mean you're exposed to much less risk when riding a cruiser than any sport bike. A lot of cruiser riders are notoriously under-equipped when it comes to gear and may even be foolish enough to be riding without a helmet. As a result, a lot of fatal motorcycle accidents happen to people riding cruisers who didn't wear a helmet. Older riders often become complacent, and as I mentioned, there is a false sense of security that comes from riding a bike that isn't super fast or powerful, but anything can happen when you're on a motorcycle. There are many factors outside of your control that can lead to you going down, so if you're a beginner rider on a cruiser, don't follow the example of your cruiser elders and think proper gear isn't a necessity. Similarly, buy gear that you're actually going to want to wear. Cruiser riders are often vain. I mean, why else would they end up buying a $50,000 CVO Road Glide? And because of this vanity, they forego riding gear because they don't want to look like a Power Ranger, which is a commonly said expression, meaning the typical sporty motorcycle gear doesn't fit with their rough around the edges aesthetic. But it's 2025. There is motorcycle gear for all sorts of riding styles that's protective but also reserved. So my advice is, if you know a super sporty jacket or long gauntlet gloves or a mid-calf riding boot's going to be cumbersome or overkill for the type of riding you're going to be doing, then buy something different that you're actually going to wear. They make riding shoes that to the naked eye don't look too dissimilar from standard shoes. They make abrasion-resistant shirts or low-profile leather gloves. It may be controversial to online AtGat evangelists, but this type of casual riding gear is safer than no riding gear at all. And if casual riding gear designed for cruiser riders or retro bike riders means that they will actually wear gear in the first place, then it's better than nothing. So I think if we're all being realistic, advocating for people to purchase gear they're actually going to wear, even if it isn't the absolute safest available, can help prevent certain riders from getting entirely gearless on their bikes. And this is not an endorsement for half helmets or silly fighter pilot motorcycle helmets from China or ridiculous, NBT pants or anything like that. An ECE rated full face helmet's always the move, AAA CE rated denim, that sort of thing. Buy well rated stuff. But when it comes to jackets, boots, and gloves, wearing something that is a bit more casual but designed for motorcycling is okay for certain riders if it means they're actually going to wear it. It's also important to purchase gear with consideration for what type of weather you're going to be riding in. If you're predominantly a summer rider, don't buy a jacket that's meant for cooler temperatures, or you're going to be hot and uncomfortable and more inclined to forego the jacket when you ride. Similarly, don't wear a summer jacket in the fall without any underlayers and expect to be able to stay warm. There's a massive array of motorcycle gear available to these days, and not just in terms of styles, features, and price, but even gear that's tailored to certain types of temperature. Ideally, if you're going to be a year-round rider, you got to be able to collect enough gear that's applicable for different types of weather. Summer riding jackets have breathable venting, fall and winter jackets have insulated layers. There are some four-season jackets available, but they tend to look very all-purpose. There's pricey Gore-Tex waterproof boots and jackets, but when you're starting out, try to find some gear that's going to work in a various amount of riding temperatures. A jacket with a removable liner could be a great option that will allow for versatility as the weather changes. Maybe don't splurge on the Gore-Tex jacket as a beginner, and instead just keep a cheap waterproof outer layer in your tail bag in case you get caught in some rain. Remember, just buy the gear you're actually going to want to wear, so the more versatile your choices are, the better off you'll be. A lot of jackets are advertised as being 4-season appropriate, and that's probably going to be a good place to start. All right, folks, that's all for today. Have you got your shopping carts loaded up? There's no better time than winter to get some nice deals on motorcycle gear for the coming spring. And speaking of affiliate links, you can find the gear that I use and wear recommended down in the description box below. When you click those links, you do support the channel. And remember, check out yamanube.co down there while you're at it. Become a member, join on the Discord server, get access to win our giveaway bikes. We're doing a ton of them this year. You're not going to want to miss it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you later. Fact: the probability of 2 people sharing a birthday in a group of 23 people is about 50%. Goodbye. Well, boys, that's the end of the show for today, but there's always a new video tomorrow. Every single day, there's a Yamanube video. While you wait for the next one to queue up, become a member on yamanube.co and join to win this amazing Triumph Street Triple 765 RS that's right next to me. Cosmic yellow, street performance, track performance, a sonorous 3-cylinder. It has it all. Make sure you join on yamanube.co and don't delay.